Hey guys, what's going on? Hope you're ready for a good week trading coming up. It's currently Sunday night, 7 o'clock Central. I'm just getting ready to place a few futures trades. And one of the things that we want to talk about on Monday, not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow, so July 24th, I want to talk about the particular trades that I'm placing tonight that Lance from Theta Traders has taught me how to do over the last few months, and I haven't lost a single trade. They're just so easy to do, so fantastically easy to do. There's about 95 trades in a row that have been winners, no losers in that time. Very consistent passive profit system that I'm really enjoying. So I've invited Lance to come onto my channel and just basically we can go through a webinar together. It'll be like kind of an interview webinar with a very soft pitch to join us and let us show you what we've been doing with this system at the end. So I think you'll really benefit from it. I think if you have significant capital, at least $5, $10, $20,000. I think this is something that you almost certainly should be doing, right? It's something that should be part of your investment strategy. You can do it with as little as 2 or 3,000, but in order to make the most of it, I think it's something that you want to learn from Lance and use significant amount of capital to do to make really passive. And when I say passive, I'm talking about 10 seconds every Sunday night. So really passive. Make sure you come check the webinar. It'll be in the link in the description. Will be in the link below, just below the video. So yeah, come and check that out. All right, so the title of this video was how Jason Bond is showing his haters that they were wrong. And so it's a pretty provocative title. But, it's true, and I wanted to go into a few things. Jason has a sale going on until next Monday. It's for his small account journey. And I remember when this launched, it was something that everybody was excited about. But Jason had some teething problems to get it going. I'll try and pull it up here. And so the idea was he would be placing bull puts. If you don't know what they are, just Google them. They're really easy. And he would basically be trying to turn $2,000 into a huge amount, 100,000, say. $100,000. And so his first few challenges didn't go very well, and this is something that you probably won't see in the market, and something that I'm trying to make sure that you guys have seen and know about, because I think it's a good thing rather than a bad thing. But he got a lot of hate because he would do a few trades, and then somebody would join the service around, say, this trade, and then there'd be a huge loss, like an $8,000 loss. And of course that would wipe out all the gains from the people that have been doing it. And so I remember even people in my communities, they were like, man, this guy's a scammer, this is terrible. And I'm just sitting there going, well, like, this is an amazing idea. Like, the guy's really good with directional trades. He's pretty good at option selling, and he's combining the two. He just needs to refine the strategy more. And one thing that I was saying to Lance and other people was, hey, why doesn't he just change his position sizing? Instead of going all in on every trade, by the time he got to say, like, this trade that was a losing trade, it wouldn't be a loss of a compounded massive amount. So he starts with 2,000, right? And imagine you lose 10% on 2,000 and you're only losing $200. But if you compound it to 8,000 and then lose 10%, you're losing $800. So it seemed pretty obvious to me that one of the things he should do was to at least pay himself a bit of this. Once it doubled or tripled, take out the original amount, be a bit more sensible about it. It turns out that's what he actually has done over the last few challenges. So now when he takes losses, they only set him back a few trades instead of destroying the whole challenge. So this was the first challenge he did. Started with 2,000, built it to 8, and then destroyed it in one trade because he reinvested the whole 8,000. So when you do have a big losing trade, sometimes with these styles of trades, you can get really hit quite hard. This was a 200% loss, which is not too bad if you're not putting your whole, your whole amount in. So that was the first challenge. And there was another couple like that. Originally, he did like 1 or 2, and then people were like, this guy is terrible. But what really, all he really needed to do was make a few tweaks. And so I got an email earlier which was talking about what he's doing now. So for you guys that do something similar, or if you're thinking about joining this particular service, he does actually change his sizing now. So here's the key. So starting with the 2,000, so when the count's 2,000 or, well, 5,000 or less, he does go in 100% of the time. And the chances of these bull put trades working are so high that you can usually hit 3, 4, 5 wins to get that to that $5,000 pretty quickly. It's only been once when that didn't work. The rest of the time, it nearly always does that. Then, when he hits 5,000, he's only using half of the account per allocation. So it's reducing risk again. So as time goes on, the chances of you taking a loss are going up, right? You're starting to get 10 trades, 20 trades, 30 trades. So by the time you're going to take a loss, you're only using 15% of your capital, say, or 25% instead of the full 100%. And that's paid dividends. It seems like such a simple change. But if you look at if you can go back and find the actual challenge he's on now, if you go back and actually look at the first challenge that he implemented with these rules, look at this. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So 23 trades before he took a loss. And when he took the loss, it was a fairly big loss, right? 233%, similar to that previous challenge. However, he'd already built the account much greater than before. So only set him back from $12,000 to $8,000. $8,000 from $2,000 still is a massive profit, still like 335%. So you can see that this sizing has made all the difference. And this has continued over 60 trades now. Again, he took a larger loss here, but because his sizing has gone down at this point, it was only a 14% loss, which was only $220, not $16,000, which it had been in the past. So this is amazing. This simple change that he's made to this strategy has made this service go from something that was very hit or miss, high risk, high reward, to something that is really solid, in my opinion, from what I can see on this challenge. Now, that's not to say he's not going to go crazy and have like 3 massive losses where he doesn't cut them or whatever, and destroy the whole thing. But it's still really promising. So this is a service I really highly recommend. It's on discount at the moment, so he's starting a new challenge. So there's 2 challenges going at the moment. Go down the bottom here. There's Journey A, which is this one. It's been going the longest. Journey B is also live, which has been going for a month now, just over a month. So June 6th. It's now the middle of July. So you can see again, it's repeating. It's up to 6,000 in profit. I mean, this is amazing stuff. Now, because people don't like to start these in the middle of the challenges, which is kind of see what you mean, but you can always size down. You can change the rules a bit for your own, your own risk tolerance. And I knew people that were making money from this before Jason Bond was, by doing their own risk management, where they would size down or take profits more quickly or whatever. So people don't like to start these challenges in the middle of the actual challenge. They prefer it when he starts a fresh one. So he's starting a fresh one next Monday. So I think it shows it here. Let's see. Yeah, so he's starting one Monday, July 24th. Journey C, he's calling it. So you have 7 days. And basically, if you go to the link in the description below and click it, it'll take you to this page right here. And you have to navigate down to the small account journey right here. If you click that, this page pops up here. And then as long as you use SAJ 70 into the box, then you'll be able to get this for $599. Now that might seem like a significant amount of money, but when you think about it, it really isn't if you're putting $2,000 in, and then within 4 trades you're at $6,000. It's pretty crazy, and they're fairly easy trades to replicate. It's not like front-running craziness that you see on some of these services. So $5.99 seems like a bargain, and so it's definitely something worth considering. Maybe even going for lifetime membership as well, which is pretty good. So he's got these new rules. The sale ends next Monday. Make sure you click the link in the description to go and check it out. One thing he also really recommended doing, and I recommend the same, is checking out this book called Trading in the Zone, if you haven't read it already. He also attributes really taking on board some of these particular words of wisdom from Mark Douglas. So this is a really good book to read. Between this book and the rest of what Jason's been working on, he's really showing his haters just like that he is an amazing trader. Like, I've seen him the first year I followed Jason, he made $1 million. So this guy is no scammer. He's made money trading, but he's even admitted as well that it's very difficult sometimes to keep that money. Right, a lot of people can make a lot of money, but what he's trying to do, and he's bringing his subscribers along with him, is being able to keep that money and keep building it in a steady and fairly consistent way, which is great. Here's some of the guidelines, by the way, what he looks for. You can just kind of browse through these. Target entry, 1 to 2 strikes below price. I'm not going to give away his whole strategy or anything like that. Of course, you always, they can't say things like, my members are going to do this or whatever. There's unfortunately a very aggressive take on marketing. So a few people pointed out to me, they said, hey Russell, why are you supporting a guy who basically got sued years ago by the FTC, and shouldn't he be in jail and things like that? And it's just like, it's so ignorant. Like, people don't understand. This guy's a genuine, legit guy, really good trader. The FTC lawsuit was about marketing. It was about things like over-promising, saying like silly things like instead of calling this a small account journey, if you call it a small account challenge, in marketing you're implying that you're challenging them, that they're not allowed to say free, for example. It's got to be at no cost, and like, it's all this type of stuff. And so it's pretty ignorant to say, send me an email that says this guy's a scammer, he got sued for 137 million. First of all, they won the case. And second of all, the FTC's been well documented to have like no clue what they're doing with a lot of these cases. And often, if you just Google them with things like Microsoft and Amazon and all these other companies, they're always suing people and making mistakes and making these really half-baked cases against companies. And that's one thing that happened with Jason, is they're really forced to be really toned down in their marketing and be like, we can't promise you anything, this will probably lose you money. Which is sad, because if it's something that's really good, they should be shouting it from the rooftops, right? But they're not able to because of these silly advertising regulations and things. So anyway, hopefully that's helpful. Check out the links in the description. Make sure you come to the webinar that Lance and I are running about the way that Lance has won 95 trades in a row in the last year and a half. Make sure you check out the link that takes you to the small account journey, which you can get for $5.99. Remember, that's not that much money. If you are able to copy, say, this one right here, you'd start with $2,000. You would be at $3,000 within like 3 trades. So that's pretty cheap, right? And I think the current journey is also, it's gone from $2,000, let's see, $2,000 here, and it was at $5,000 within 4 trades. So your $5.99 would seem like a really good investment at that point, right? So good. But like I said, these marketing guidelines and everything, you have to say, look, this is not typical. This is highly unusual. You're probably going to lose all your money and all that. So just be aware of that. All right, guys, talk to you soon.